Adana Nwoko had never stepped outside her luxury bubble. She was the only daughter of Sir Nwoko, one of the wealthiest businessmen in the city. Her life was wrapped in silk, drivers, chefs, stylists, tutors, and an allowance that could fund a small country. Yet she was restless. She wanted adventure, something real, something that wasn't polished or pre-planned. To her, the village outside the city walls seemed like a playground, simple, carefree, exciting. Her father often told her, "Adana, the world is not as soft as your pillows." But she never listened. Meanwhile, miles away, in the quiet village of Umuoji, a girl named Nkiru was waking up before sunrise to fetch water from the stream. She was poor, not the poetic kind of poor but the type that weighed on your bones. She worked hard, sold vegetables at the market, cooked for her younger siblings, and dreamed of a life where she didn't have to struggle every day. She admired city girls who appeared on posters, the polished hair, the fine dresses, the easy smiles. Nkiru dreamed of a life where she didn't have to think before eating or worry before sleeping. Two girls. One drowning in abundance, the other starving for it. Fate brought them together in the most unexpected way, through Adana's obsession with experiencing real life. It began on a sunny afternoon when Adana convinced her driver to take a detour through Umuoji. She spotted Nkiru by the roadside selling peppers under a little umbrella that barely shielded her from the sun. Adana stepped out, fascinated by how much Nkiru looked like her. Same height, same slender build, same oval face. They could pass for cousins, maybe even sisters. The moment their eyes met, something clicked. Adana smiled. Nkiru smiled back. Conversation started, simple at first but then deeper. They talked about their lives, their dreams, their frustrations. And then, like a spark in dry grass, an idea began forming in Adana's mind. An idea so reckless, so thrilling, so dangerous, that even Nkiru's heartbeat quickened when she said it. "What if we switched lives?" Adana whispered. Nkiru's jaw dropped. "Switch what?" "Just for a few days," Adana said. "You get to live my life, wear my clothes, stay in my mansion, enjoy everything. And I'll come here and experience your everyday life." Nkiru stared at her, unable to decide if Adana was joking or insane. Switch lives. Her. A village girl who barely had two decent dresses. Was such a thing even possible? Adana clasped her hands excitedly. "It'll be fun," she said. "No one will know. We look alike. I'll tell my staff I'm doing a humility challenge. You just act like me a little." Nkiru almost laughed. "And what will you do here?" Adana shrugged. "Live simply. Like you. I want to feel something real for once." Made no sense. Yet it made all the sense. Two girls. Two dreams. Two worlds too tempting to ignore. They exchanged clothes. Adana slid into Nkiru's faded gown, which felt like sandpaper compared to her silk. Nkiru slipped into Adana's designer dress and gasped at how soft it felt. Then they switched bags. Switched shoes. Switched identities. Adana, the city princess, stepped into the dusty streets of village life with a thrill in her chest. Nkiru, the village girl, stepped into the air-conditioned car with trembling hands. Two doors closed. Two new lives opened. Neither girl knew that this choice would change everything, or that only one of them would want to switch back. Nkiru could hardly breathe as the luxury car entered the Nwoko mansion. The gates alone were taller than any building in her village. The house, no, the palace, looked like something from a movie. Servants rushed toward her the moment the car stopped. "Welcome, Miss Adana. Should we bring your bags? Your lunch is ready." Nkiru almost turned around. These people were calling her Miss Adana. Her heart raced, but she kept her back straight, remembering what the real Adana told her. Just act confident. Rich people don't explain. So she lifted her chin and nodded with a grace she didn't know she had. Inside, everything shined. Floors like mirrors, chandeliers like frozen stars, rooms that smelled of flowers she couldn't name. They led her to Adana's bedroom, a room larger than her entire house. Her eyes filled with tears. A walk-in closet packed with outfits she had only seen on TV. Jewelry, booze, perfumes, luxury everywhere. She whispered. So this is how rich people live. When she sat on Adana's bed, she felt it swallow her like a cloud. The softness made her emotional. In her entire life, she had never slept on anything smoother than a thin mattress stuffed with old foam. She took a slow breath. This life was perfect, a dream come true. Yet beneath the sweetness she felt fear. Fear of making a mistake, fear of being discovered. But for now, the fantasy was too sweet to resist. Meanwhile, far away in Umuoji village, the real Adana was discovering something too. That simple village life was not the fun adventure she imagined. Within the first hour she had carried water, slipped in mud, walked in the burning sun, been called "Ayo girl, come and buy something for me" by strangers. The pepper tray was heavy, her feet ached, her back burned. She thought villagers lived slow, peaceful lives. Instead, everything required hard labor. Nkiru's little siblings tugged at her gown. "Auntie Nkiru, are we eating today?" She blinked, panicking. Feed them. With what? How? Village life wasn't cute anymore. It was survival. A kind old woman saw her struggling and said gently, "You own Nkiru, you day look sick today. Poverty don't tire you, eh?" Adana wanted to scream, "I'm not Nkiru," but she couldn't. She was trapped in the identity she thought would be fun. While Nkiru, somewhere inside a cloud-like bed, lived the fantasy of luxury. Two girls, two worlds, two regrets slowly rising. And the sun had only set on the first day. Days passed, then a week. The switch that was supposed to last just a few days had stretched longer. Because neither wanted to return. Nkiru blossomed in the mansion. She learned to walk elegantly, speak lightly, even hold a wine glass the proper way. The staff adored her because she was kinder than the real Adana. She helped the cooks. She thanked the maids. She played with children in the compound. Sir Nwoko, the rich father, noticed the change and smiled. "My daughter," he said one evening, "you are finally becoming humble. I'm proud of you." Nkiru nearly cried. Those words, she had never heard anything like them from her own father before he died. She began to feel something dangerous. A desire for this life to be hers. Not borrowed. Not stolen. Not temporary. Hers. Meanwhile in the village, Adana was falling apart. Mosquitoes tormented her. The heat made her dizzy. Nkiru's chores were endless. And the villagers believed she was Nkiru, the girl who was known for hard work. So when she failed at tasks, they scolded her. One day at the stream, women laughed behind her. And Nkiru don lazy. She no even fit carry small water again. Another added. She don day I big men too much. That's why she forget who she be. Adana's face burned with humiliation. Was this how Nkiru lived? With judgment, mockery, exhaustion. That evening she walked home trembling, ready to switch back, ready to return to her life. But when she got to the market square, she found something shocking. Crowd, music, children holding flowers. In the middle was Nkiru's mother, smiling proudly and saying, "Tomorrow my daughter Nkiru go meet the biggest trader in the region. He won give her job for his warehouse. God don't answer our prayer." Adana's stomach twisted. A job. Given to the wrong girl. If she stopped this charade now, she would crush their only chance to escape poverty. If she continued, she might get stuck in poverty forever. A trap of her own making. Two girls were falling deeper into lives that didn't belong to them. And destiny was watching. The breaking point came suddenly. Sir Nwoko announced a massive birthday celebration for Adana. Nkiru panicked. How could she pretend in front of the entire elite society? But the staff told her, "Don't worry, madam. We will handle everything." So the party began. Lights, music, guests in diamonds. Nkiru wore a gown worth more than her family's entire lifetime earnings. She walked down the staircase like a princess. People whispered. Adana is glowing. She has changed. She'll make a good leader one day. Cernwoko was proud. He raised a glass to toast her. When the doors burst open, a dusty, exhausted Adana stumbled in. The real Adana. Her hair rough, her gown dirty, her eyes filled with anger and desperation. Everyone gasped. Kira froze. Adana pointed at her and shouted, "That's not Adana. That girl is an imposter." The hall fell silent. Cernwoko's glass slipped from his hand and shattered. Kiru shook violently. Adana marched forward, voice breaking. "She stole my life. She tricked all of you." Nkiru whispered, tears falling. You asked me to switch with you." "Lies!" Adana screamed. Royal guests whispered. Cameras flashed. Rumors spread in seconds. Cernwoko looked between the two girls, one polished like a princess, one trembling like a leaf. "Which one is my daughter?" he whispered. Nkiru collapsed to her knees. "I'm sorry. I never meant to hurt anyone." Adana glared. "You enjoyed my life. You tried to take it." Nkiru looked up, eyes swollen. "You don't know how painful it is to go back to nothing." Silence. Heavy. Deadly. Cernwoko finally spoke. "Both of you. To my office. Now." The world watched as the girls were escorted away, one spoiled by privilege, the other broken by dreams. It was time for the truth. And the consequences. In Cernwoko's office, the air was sharp. Adana told everything, but twisted the story to protect her pride. "She convinced me. She wanted my life." Nkiru cried openly. "That's not true. She begged me. I didn't want to. I wanted to see a better world, even for one day." Cernwoko was silent for a long time. Then he said, "Adana, if you truly wanted humility, switching lives should have made you grateful, not spiteful." Adana stiffened. "And you, Nkiru," he continued softly, "you should not have lied. But I understand desperation." He sighed. "Both of you were wrong. Both of you were foolish. But now what do we do?" Nkiru wiped her tears. Her voice shook. "Please, let me go back home. My mother needs me. I never wanted trouble." Adana looked startled. "You want to go back?" Kiru nodded weakly. "Your world is too bright for someone like me." Cernwoko didn't agree. He turned to her and said, "You have a good heart. You have courage. You cared for people in this house more than my own daughter ever has." Adana gasped. Cernwoko wasn't finished. "I will sponsor your education. I will help your family. Not as a reward for lying, but because you deserve a chance." Nkiru burst into tears of gratitude. Adana looked away, ashamed. For the first time she realized how cold she had been, how selfish her adventure was. She whispered, "I'm sorry." Kiru nodded. "I'm sorry too." Two girls who switched lives, and finally understood the value of their own. Before they left the office, Cernwoko said, "Let this be a lesson. Life is hard for everyone, just in different ways." Months passed. Adana changed, truly changed. She joined charity work, visited villages, became kinder and wiser. Nkiru moved to the city for studies under Cernwoko's sponsorship, yet she stayed humble, never forgetting her roots. They didn't become best friends, but they became something more honest. Two girls who learned from each other. Two girls who grew. Two girls who understood the pain of living another person's life. Because switching lives was easy, but switching back, that was the real challenge.